All right. Okay. Well, if this isn't probably one of the top hot dogs in QVC's world, I don't know what is. People swarm to my table when I'm in the studio. My wife, who never liked hot dogs, all of a sudden loves hot dogs. She recently took them to a party. So this is a true steak dog. So what I did for you is I charred them really good because majority of the people love a good charred hot dog. But what happens, and I'll show you in a minute, is that if you go with a smaller hot dog, these are 3.2 ounces, you're going to dry them out. They're going to look kind of sad, right? In this case, look at that. Okay. Look at how juicy this is. Now, this is after literally searing, cooking. I cannot dry these out because you know why? Because of the recipe. The recipe is all beef. But what is exactly does that mean? That means we're taking all those wonderful cuts of beef, prime rib, filet mignon, strip steak, top sirloin, and we're putting it into the hot dog. And what you get is an unbelievable juicy hot dog, steak dog to be perfect. Okay. That's what you got. And again, we seared it, but it's still juicy. You got that sear on the top, right? Just like that. Because again, treat this like a steak. Okay. So that's the hot dog. Now let's talk a little bit about business and then we'll get back to the hot dog. So in this case, it's 16 or 32. Okay. Again, another buy more, save more. That's the theme of the show, right? These are how they come, four to a pack because they're 3.2 ounces. Your normal hot dog is 1.6 ounces and usually get eight to a pack. But make no mistake, this is nowhere near a normal hot dog. This is an elevated hot dog experience. This is rich. The 16 count, 59.98. The 32 count is 99.98. Now, you're saving almost $20. Yeah. So again, sadly enough, the price does go away. So the price goes away and the easy payments go away. Okay. So if you want, and they are on auto delivery every 60 days. So if you're making a decision, you need to make it in the show, but by the end of the day, because again, these are something that if you've never had, and I know a lot of people out there have had them and they probably need some more, but if you're on the fence and you're like, you know what, it's just a hot dog. Well, let me start with a little story here that tells you it's not just a hot dog. Okay, so let's start right here. Now, what I have here is a comparison of the two hot dogs. This one is what you've been eating at the ballpark, at your house, throughout your adult life. This is what you've been eating. And you've probably been giving it to your kids. This is 1.6 ounces. This is an all beef hot dog that is not the color of beef. This is 3.2 ounces, double the size of this hot dog. And this is a steak dog. It's red in color because guess what? It has steak in it. It has all those wonderful high end cuts of steak, not the scraps, but the good stuff. And what happens, it's a recipe. Just like the burgers, it's a recipe. And what happens is it still tastes like a hot dog, right? But guess what? It's richer, it's buttery, and it has almost bacon, like bacon notes. If you like bacon, that little bit of smoke, little bit of salt, but then that elevated kind of mouthfeel. And that's what we have here. And again, we'll cut right into one of these, okay? And I'll show you again. Look, first of all, look at that. Now, again, that is not a mirage. That is super juicy, okay? My lighting is just accenting how juicy these are. And you see, that's all from the steak, right? Because steak has what's called marbling, those white lines. They melt into the steak and create a juicy experience. They also create a very elevated, rich experience when you're talking about a steak, and in this case, in a hot dog. So again, these have been seared. Again, look at that. I just want people to see that. Okay. It's almost burnt. But my point of doing that is to show you that even when you sear these and cook them, they're still juicy. Now, here's why that matters. Because again, we're talking about entertaining. Now, here's your next tip of the day, right? When you're talking about entertaining and you have multiple dishes, You don't have time to sit there and grill. You do your grilling beforehand, but you need a product that's not going to dry out. So in this case, you have a steak dog, a juicy steak dog that all you have to do is sear, tinfoil, oven, and then take them out when you're ready to go. And they'll be juicy, and people will be like, wow, where did these come from? And you'll have them ready, and you won't be stressed because you have other stuff to do. So now, because they're 3.2 ounces, you're saying, well, Ralph, they're kind of big. Like, where do you put all the condiments? Well, I'll show you. I'll show you a little trick. I think it's number 5 tip of the day. Okay. So I butterfly that hot dog. Okay. So I'm going to go in. Now, I'm from Chicago, so you will not see me put ketchup on my hot dog. Nope, you can't. I'll do it for you. It's not illegal. You just are frowned upon if you have ketchup on your hot dog. It's kind of like putting ketchup on your steak. Okay. Kind of the same vibe, right? So in this case, I'm filling the hot dog. I have a butterflied mustard, onion. I'm going to go in because I have that awesome beef chili. No beans. You don't need beans. Okay. And now what I like to do is I get my bun and I just kind of take that and I put it in the bun and there you go. And you have a really nice, tightly packed, yeah, I don't know, it's about maybe 5 to 7 inches. Yeah. But look at that. So again, let's cut that in half because you got to reveal this one. I like that. And I want to show you something too by cutting this in half. Okay. Now, a lot of times when you eat a 1.6 ounce hot dog that you're normally having, the bun is too much for the hot dog. It's not an equal ratio. In this case, you take a bite of the hot dog and then you get a little bun, hot dog. You're not tearing the bun off trying to find the hot dog that got lost in. I feel of it, this is a normal bun. It's not an oversized bun, right? But again, you want that equal ratio of dog to bun. And again, this is really a nice experience to give to your friends and family at a barbecue. I mean, think about it. You have the steak burgers, and now you have steak hot dogs. Okay. Trust me when I tell you, people will want to not only come back to your house, not only all right. Sorry, everybody. Some technical difficulties, but back to the hot dog, right? So again, we are talking a little business, right? So it's 16 to 32, save over $21 if you go with the 32 count. These come frozen, 4 to a pack. They fit really nicely in your freezer. And by the way, because I don't know if you heard this on the internet, right? A lot of people are deep frying their hot dogs. Well, not everyone has a deep fryer. So what I like to do is use that air fryer. You want a good crispy snap? Go with the air fryer. You'll love that experience. It really is kind of something fun. People don't think of that. Yeah. So unlike the hamburgers, or I should say steak burgers, you want to thaw these out. Okay. And also, I think I have a couple more here. Let me show you a great way to cook these because again, people are always pressed for time. So, remember how I was telling you how you butterfly these? So what I like to do is cut them in half like this. Okay. And again, what I do is I put them on, whether it's my flat top, grill, or griddle. I go this side first, right? So it's called surface area. I personally love a crispy, kind of almost burnt hot dog. So what I do is I cook it on this side, then I flip it over and I cook it on that side. So now you have sear, sear, sear. And by the way, it cooks half the amount of time. So if you're doing this for your kids at lunch, it's a great way. And since we have it, oh, let's boiling. Okay, so a lot of times people are talking about hot dog. Yes, so a lot of times we call it hot dog water. So if you're going to steam them, boil them, whatever you want to call it, make sure that your water has some flavor. Onions, peppercorns, whatever you have kind of in your refrigerator that's you're not really using anymore, throw it in that water, create what's called hot dog water, and you'll get this unbelievable experience because as the hot dogs are cooked, hot dog water, right? Don't drink it, okay? Just, well, you can, but I wouldn't advise it. But you'll create what's called hot dog water, and your hot dogs will not only just be steamed, right? They'll have some extra flavor to them. And of course, if you do like a lot of the hot dogs, you'll create this unbelievable experience. So, and that's what they do on the streets of a lot of major cities. Huh. Okay. You like that tip? Okay. All right. All right. Give me 1 second. Let me take my filet medallions. Oh, okay. You got it.